Hey everybody, it's your boy Max104. In today's video, we're going to be rebuilding LEGO Architecture Las Vegas with Stud.io. Yes, you heard that right. We are going to be rebuilding LEGO Architecture Las Vegas, which is a real set, but it could be a little bit better, and who knows, maybe this one is worse. But with that, let's just hop right in. So this was a comment suggestion, and just like the regular Las Vegas set, I wanted to just add some different buildings that we haven't seen before in LEGO Architecture, especially in the Las Vegas set. We're going to keep the Stratosphere because it's like my favorite tower, and it's just so iconic that we got to leave it there. But we will be changing up most of the other things except for the Las Vegas sign and the Stratosphere. Now, first off, there is a second Las Vegas set. I think it's 21038, which was going to be released for the new 2018 sets, which had the Mandalay Bay. But due to some things, it was removed from the set, and so only 24 copies of the actual set was made. So they had to reschedule the set and remake it, adding the Bellagio Hotel in, which basically screwed up the order of the buildings because the Mandalay Bay is like the first one on the side, so now the Bellagio is like messing it weird. But anyways, we're gonna be adding it in because why not? And it looks really cool. So I went online and found the instructions for the set. So I basically just went back and tried to revisit it a little bit and change it up a little smally, just so we have some easier pieces to work with and less to use. So I started off with the base usually. And then on the side, I put the sand because that's where the desert starts. And then the gray for around the building, which we are going to now start making, which is the Mandalay Bay, which starts off with this sort of triangular rotor piece. And it's this gold and white color. Although later in the video, I would soon realize that this kind of gold does not show up in the final render, so it's just basically black. So I went back, realized that I had used the wrong type of gold, because it was actually a different gold that this actual set uses. So I had to change that, but we can just skip past that. So, yep, just added the lines, because it goes up like that. Tried to put some more rounded edges to it. Realized that it went out a little bit too far. So then I just put flat ones over it. Put the rotor back on the top, make the top part white. And then put the smooth tiles on it, and then made it the color that it is. And I put the rounded Minecraft sugarcane pieces in the middle. That's just what I'm going to call them. And then put the bar, and then I had to put it down into the little grabber piece that we put into the base, which we would use again in this technique later with the rotor, the bar, and the little grabber piece. Now that we have it done, I really struggled with trying to put it in there. That sounded wrong. Trying to put the Lego piece into the little grabber thing, because it was just so freaking complicated. I don't know why. Why does I have to be like this? But anyways, once we finally did get it, I just kind of took it apart a little bit and then put the bases first and then put the stuff back on top of it and just moved it down a little bit so we could actually put it on easier. Just like that. Boom, bam, bomb, done. Little complications at the top. Fix it. Faster. Come on, we got a video to make. Come on. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, we do move it down a little bit, put that base part back on it, which we will change again later. And then now, actually, was it now? Ooh. No. In a little bit, we're going to add the Las Vegas sign, because I forgot about it. And right now, we're going to work on the, MGM Grand, which was actually a pretty cool, fancy-looking building. And I struggled with the color a little bit at first, because it has to be like this weird cyan green. But then I remembered that I used this very specific cyan green before in the Washington, D.C. set, and then when it finished rendering, it actually looked more green than it did blue. So I went with that color. And here we have the first version, which I had made, which was how I was going to make it. And then I was like, okay, so we're going to keep it like this, and then I'm going to change it up a little bit later to make it a little bit bigger. But this is how I want it to kind of look so far. And right there, I have the little grabber piece for the sign. And over here, I've started this little kind of town section, which is actually part of the strip. So it's like just a couple buildings that I didn't realize were shops. I thought it was like little hotel parts of the thing. But that's fine, because it still looks pretty cool. It looks like a little resort. Nice little hotel there. And then with the little windows, and then the roofs on top. is this like reddish color, and then we have this weird sort of triangle thing back there in the middle, and then yeah, there we go. Now we start working on the building itself. Oh, actually no, let's add some little trees first for some detail, because trees are fun, especially this new stem piece I really like. And yeah, there we go. Now we do the back part, and it's got this sort of entrance here that goes up a little bit. Um, ugh. And then it's got the same sort of triangle little thing. It's more of a hexagon, but I don't really know how to do that, so I just kind of did that. And now we actually start the building, which is this black and sort of cyan green color back and forth. And then it like goes up here in the middle, which was really funky. Eventually we got it, and then I realized, wait a second, this is a bit off. So what I did was I went back and I made it a lot bigger. So by that I just basically made it, instead of 1 by 1, I made it 2 by 1, like that. Boom, 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 boom. You get it. Gray, green, black, back and forth. Made it longer in the front, and started the sort of go up thingy. But first, like I just said, I messed it up on the back a little bit, so I made it one thing bigger, put it in the middle, go up in the middle, so it's longer, so we have more in the front that we can work with, so it's more flat in the front, and then work it up, and then we have the little weird thing around the back where it's like bleh. Stairs go up, make it the black, gray, and then at the top we do a little bit more layers just to make it higher. Have the last smooth layer on the top, make it green, and then we start working on the surrounding area. So over here we have the little thing, a little bit of road too, and then we add some more little trees. I like these little tree pieces because they're very, very interesting in my opinion, because I really think that these are really cool, because I used them before in some of my other Lego sets, actually a lot of them, and they're in the Dubai set. We get like 4 of them. One of them's an extra piece. Over here, try working on the back of the base. And also, if you guys enjoyed that little clip with the face cam, let me know, because maybe I'll use it in videos that I make in the future. Not just Lego ones, but also gaming ones with the rest of the TARS with Mathis and Walter. Anyways, back to the Lego set. We do the Las Vegas sign, like in the regular one, and I tried to find the Las Vegas piece, which took a little bit, because I don't know what it was called, but then I realized it was just called Las Vegas piece, so boom. And now I did a little bit of work back here, so I could put the sign piece in, a random little triangle thing, pyramid, and then put in the sign, which is this color, and then it's like black and not gray, gold. And now we start working on the Trump Hotel, which I think is a very interestingly designed building, because it's like, it's kind of flat, but then it kind of comes out in the front a little bit a couple times, which I thought was very, very cool. So here we start working on it and whatnot. Do the starting little techniques on how I'm going to try to make it go up. Then I realized it was wrong, so I went with these other pieces, those ones, the 1 by 2 with the holes on the top. So then it would be more smooth in the middle, like that, and these 1 by 3 smooth pieces going up, and then these bigger ones on the side, and then on the top is this white instead of the rest of it's all gold. And now we start working on the base, which took a little while, because I had many different ways I wanted to do it, because I wanted to add the little pool at the top, because I thought it was very cute to put the little pool. Started the street kind of around thing. I put these little trees on it. I like using these smooth angled pieces for the leaves, because it's like that in the regular set, and I thought that they were very interesting ways that they used to make trees, so I wanted to keep it that, and I wanted to make a little pool up here, so I went back many different designs trying to find a way to make the pool look good. And then finally I sort of landed on one when I went up a few layers, and then put the pool more in the middle, and then I put the stuff around it, and then put the little streets, and then made it sandy tan color, because that's what it said on Google Earth. But then changed it later to white because it just looked better than the sand, because it's weird to have sand on an upper building because it's weird. Made it go back a little bit so I have more space, and then started making these things white. And then I put the more street around it, and then I have these bricks lying around so I could put these more little trees on it because I liked the little bush leaf design. Put the building on top, and then I moved it forward a little bit, so I put something in the back, and then boom, perfect. I changed the height a little bit, just to make it look more wide. But then when I was building the stratosphere, I realized that I hated that, so I had to go back and fix it. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Oh yeah, and Google Earth isn't always the best source. It lied to me. Last episode in the Minneapolis set, the IDS Center, the tall black one, it's not actually black. It's like blue, see-through kind of color. But Google Earth, an aerial view, decided to tell me that it's black. But hey, whatever. It looks good. Anyways, onto the stratosphere, which is from the regular Lego set. And I knew I'd have problems with this because I used these pieces before, the funky flexible bar piece, and especially in Stud.io, it gets really irritated when you try to use these sort of pieces together, and it just like poops itself, and then it just like decides to not work. But because this happened to me before when I was making Seattle, which I did make. Let me know if you guys want me to remake it. I built Seattle, and I wanted to use this technique for this Space Needle, but it took a lot longer because the piece was like being all funky. So that's why I put it on hold for like a couple months before I went back to it. But then we get to where we are now, and I decided to just basically make the stratosphere the same as it is in the regular Lego set. But at the top, I decided to put some more detail, adding a little bit of rides. But we'll get to that in a little bit. And here's where I started to struggle with the top part. And then, here's also where I changed the height on the Trump Tower to make it look better. Man, this chair is really squeaky. Can you hear that? Oh my god. Anyways, random observation. Back to the stratosphere, which is, fun fact, my favorite observation tower. I went to it last year, and I had a really fun time. I really wanted to do the sky jump, where it's like you're on a bungee jump and you jump off of it. It's really cool. I didn't, because it's like $130, and I'm like, why is it $130 to jump off the tallest observation tower in the United States? And fun fact, when it was being built, or the ideas were being constructed for it, it was actually going to be taller than the Sears Tower in Chicago, which is like my favorite building in the United States. And I still think it's the tallest. I don't care what you say about the One World Trade Center. I count the spire on top of the Sears Tower, which in my opinion makes it higher. Anyways, for this stratosphere, back in, I think it was constructed in 1996, but before that, when they were still planning it, they were going to make it a lot taller, and the spire was going to go way higher. So it was going to go a lot higher than the Sears Tower, which at the time was the tallest building, taller than the Twin Towers, because this was like 1990s. So then it was going to be the tallest building or tallest structure even in the United States, which I thought was pretty cool. But then it was changed because technical reasons. I don't know, buildings don't like to do that, I guess, in design, so they just wanted it to still look cool and work with all the plans that they had for it. So they decided to just make it shorter so it would be more realistic and easier to construct with materials, cost, whatever. I don't know. But it's still really cool. It's still tallest observation tower in the United States, and probably second tallest in North America after the CN Tower, which is also really cool. Let me know if you want to make Toronto with Legos. I was always thinking about that, cause fun. I've always wanted to do that, but again, struggles with observation towers being funky. But yeah, let me know. And with that, let's get back to the Lego set. So we have the stratosphere basically done. We just gotta do the top a little bit. But here we have the hotel part, so not the Sky Tower, which wasn't originally included in the set because it's just a tower instead of the hotel part. But I always thought, even before making this, like back before I even had this computer, I always wanted to remake Las Vegas, and I always thought about using the hotel part and hinges because I thought it looked cool. And right down there we had the blue thing, this little Las Vegas sign gateway thing or whatever. Over here we're gonna have the little ride. This is the like roller coaster looking thing that like tips over the edge, so you like rock back and forth on it. It's super scary. And over here we have I don't remember what it's called, but it's like this big thing, this big arm, and it like reaches over the tower and it spins these chairs like over the edge, and that's really, really spooky. And up here we just add a little bit more of the spire, make it red, and then we've basically done it. And then put the little part in the front, and then over here we do some little bit desert designing, cause I liked what they did with the set where they have sand on both sides, so you can see like which side the set starts at and where it finishes. And then boom, now we've done it, and now all we gotta do here is change up the little pieces here and there, and then we basically have it done. Now we render it, and then right here is where I realized that I screwed up and didn't make it the right color. So what I did was I changed it, and then now we are left with this. And I really actually love this one so much. I hope you guys do too. This was super cool and fun. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, and leave a comment if you want to see any city either remade or custom built for the first time. Then please let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe, and with all that said, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!